and rolling.
Hi there, on behalf of Astromatrix, I'm Marcelle and I'm here today to talk to you about the full moon in Gemini at 8 degrees happening on the 30th of this month, November. So before I dive into that, I just have two announcements to make. The first one is, if you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you get all our updates. And then secondly, Mark is the founder of Astromatrix, and it's his birthday on the 30th of November. It's a very special day for him because it's on this beautiful, powerful, prenumbral partial lunar eclipse, full moon lunar eclipse that's happening. So we'd like to wish him a happy birthday, and if you want to, you can post a response to wish him a happy birthday in this message. He is the brainchild behind Astromatrix, and if it wasn't for him, we would not have this amazing app to navigate all our astrological needs with. Right, so now that we've got that out the way, let's dive straight in. So the next month or so is going to be a really intense month. It's almost as if we're coming through the birthing canal and we're at the most intense part of this period. And this full moon has a lot to do with that opening, that expansion. And as you may have realized, there's a lot of confusion on the planet right now. So we have had this corruption of power with all the Pluto, Sagittarius and Jupiter in Capricorn happening throughout the year, which has been in this strong square with Eris and Aries, and Mars, which has been retrograding but has now gone forward through Aries, which represents the top-down heavy powers versus the individual, the you and I as the collective up against that. So alongside this, what's been going on as well is that we have the transiting nodal axis in a square to Neptune. So Neptune is all about confusion and fog on a lower level, but on a higher level it's about clarity and transcendence. It's a very spiritual planet if we do the work. So Neptune and all the planets, in fact, have been retrograding up until the 29th of November. Neptune goes direct, and apart from Uranus, which goes direct next year, all the planets will now be moving forward, which does create a completely different field. It's now about taking action and moving forward on the planet. But as I mentioned, there is a lot of confusion which is going on at the moment, and this will be highlighted with this full moon. So the full moon is at 8 degrees in Gemini, and Gemini is all about information. It's a mutable sign, and it has to do with the media, it has to do with the press, with the news. It's communication, it's to do with the lower mind. So because it is mutable, it can create a lot of scattered thoughts, jumping from one idea, one belief to the other, and not quite knowing what is real. Especially, as I mentioned, with that Neptune in a square to the nodes of the moon. So the nodes of the moon represent where we're coming from to where we're needing to go through. What's going to happen on this day is that this full moon is in an opposition to the sun, which is in Sagittarius. So if Gemini is the lower mind and it represents the confusion and the lack of clarity and all this information coming through, the sun in Sagittarius is about seeking the bigger picture, seeking the truth, law and order. And so there's this tension that's happening on the planet at the moment. Now what's happening is Uranus, which is in Taurus at the moment, is in a quincunx to Sagittarius Sun, which means that it's about adjusting not to the confusion on the planet, but to the higher mind, which is what Uranus rules. And so the higher mind is about separating yourself from things not being clear and getting sucked into all the drama that's playing out on the planet at the moment, and listening to the wisdom of something higher that wants to come through for you. So it's really important during this period not to get sucked into everything, because you just become part of that confusion, but to actually take a step back and just wait to see what wants to come through for you. Uranus is a very radical and transformative planet, and often when we have Uranus in the mix, it can be radical shifts and changes. There could be planetary outbursts that happen, there could be political outbursts or explosions that happen. And so it allows us the opportunity, if we can find the space and the time, to slow down, to experience through our dreams or downloads higher information coming through about what's really going on. So alongside this, we also have Black Moon Lilith, which is very rebellious and very radical in a conjunction with Uranus, and both of these are wanting the rights of the individual. They're wanting this radical breakthrough up against the top-down heavy powers, the corruption within the governmental systems, etc., etc. We've been talking about ad nauseum throughout the whole year. So my advice for this period is to allow yourself to take space from the news, to take space from everything that's happening, not to place your awareness on any right or wrong just yet, and just allow what is happening to happen as we move through this month, through the end of November into December. So there's a lot of very powerful things that are happening in December. First of all, we have Mercury and the Sun moving into Sagittarius, which is about law and order and truth. It's also relates to the higher minded. It's the bigger picture. And at this time of full moon, it's about disclosure. It's about shining a light on things that have not been honest or clear. And so because we have the Sun in Sagittarius, things may be revealed. Things may be coming into the truth of light over this period. Alongside that, we also have Saturn between the 7th to the 17th at the anaretic degree of 29 degrees. And this is normally the most powerful part of a planet as it moves out of one sign into another. And so the shadow aspect of that planet is highly illuminated. And because Saturn is in Capricorn, it may mean that during that period, the 7th to the 17th, the corruption and the power may intensify until it then, on the 16th of December, moves into Aquarius, which alleviates some of that pressure from the Pluto, Saturn and Jupiter planets that have been in Capricorn throughout the entire year, followed by Jupiter later in the month, which will also move into Aquarius. So that is one very powerful shift that is happening for us. We also have Neptune at the end of this month going direct. So wherever it is that we are needed to go inwards and experience spiritual truth and move through whatever confusion happens within ourselves, that will start moving forward again, and it will also bring a lot of clarity to the confusion that's happening on the planet. So as always, I like to do a tarot spread for the collective during these full moons to get a clearer sense of what's playing out. And I'm working with 4 cards today. I've already shuffled the cards, so we're good to go. The 4 questions that I'm going to be asking for the spread are: where should my focus be? How can I help myself heal? What do I need to release? And what is this full moon trying to show me? So again, I'm just going to shuffle the cards. And it's interesting because the card that's fallen out is the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is talking about a need to take space from the lower mind, take space and distract yourself either with something else or focus on something else that has more meaning than staying consumed by what's going on the planet right now, especially what's being perpetuated throughout the world by the news. So taking space from that. So let's see, this is a reading for the collective for the full moon, partial prenumbral eclipse, lunar eclipse that's happening on the 30th of November. And this spread is on behalf of the collective. So the first question is, where should my focus be? All right. The next question is, how can I help myself heal? The next question is, what do I need to release? And the last question is, what is this full moon trying to show me? Okay, beautiful. So the top of the deck always gives the theme of what the reading is about, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is looking at how things were in the past, things that have passed, and assessing what has worked, what hasn't worked, and making new decisions for moving forward so that you can let go of what hasn't worked and move forward with new tools or new decisions for moving forward. So the first question was, where should my focus be? And the card that's come up is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords rules the mind, which is what Gemini is. And it's a card of paradigm. It's basically a paradigm shift. And it's talking about making a conscientious decision to allow yourself to shift how it is that you are approaching your reality right now. How it is that you are allowing yourself to get sucked into old ways of being within your reality, old ways of being on the planet, old ways of approaching the news and the information around you, and allowing yourself to transform how you approach it. So it's taking a step back instead of getting sucked into it, into the drama of all of it, because right now things are not clear. And so if you can find some kind of detachment around it, what has truth and meaning for you is able to come through for you in a higher way, where it's not about being sucked up into all the drama that's playing on the planet at the moment. So the next question is, how can I help myself heal? And what we have is the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is asking for creativity and initiative. It's about taking action. So I feel that once this paradigm shift actually happens, once you give yourself space and time to reflect on what is most important for you, what mentally you need to let go of, and where you need to shift how it is that you view your reality, then it's about taking action. And this is how you can help yourself heal. It's not just about thinking about it, it's actually implementing it and finding active, creative ways to make these changes. So the third card is about, what do I need to release? Okay, and it's the Four of Pentacles. And so there's many implications for what this could imply, this card, what it could represent. Four of Pentacles is about restriction, control, holding on too tightly, especially around money. So I feel that, for us, a lot of what's happening on the planet right now has to do with security. The Four of Pentacles does relate to the earth element, which is about security and earth and grounding and stability. And so it's loosening your grip on that and trusting that we're in a birthing process, and we're kind of in the thick of it right now, but we're heading somewhere, we're not stuck. And so you can let go and allow this process of transformation to happen without holding on out of fear or control. And this is not just about money, but it's about your attitude towards your life, towards others. It's how can you let go of the control and allow more trust in during this full moon. So the last card is, what do I need to, what is the moon trying to show me? And it's interesting because the moon card is what has come up. So the moon is its own card coming up for this full moon. And the moon is about fear, it's about illusion, it's about confusion, and it's also about illumination. It's a very feminine card. So I feel like this full moon is asking you to take space and to allow yourself to just let all this confusion and this fear and everything that is possibly in your reality right now, just to allow it to be there, to sit with it, to allow it to have some kind of expression or voice, but not too attached to it. So it's really kind of getting comfortable with what the moon represents. It's getting a little bit more comfortable with letting the fear in, letting all the illusion in, and letting it illuminate and bring the truth through. So I feel like all four of these cards are working together. I feel like we need to allow the moon to be there. We need to allow the confusion and the fear to come up. We need to sit with it in order for this paradigm shift to happen, We can't intellectually approach this. As I mentioned in the reading, it's about shifting from the lower mind to the higher mind, which is ruled by Uranus, and allowing the truth and the wisdom to come through in order for that paradigm shift to happen. And then we can take action. And part of this action is about letting go and trusting that something bigger is coming through for all of us. So I hope that shed some light on what's possibly playing out around this full moon and over the next few weeks. And again, it's just about taking a step back and observing and not getting sucked into the whirlwind of confusion that is playing out at the moment. So if you enjoyed this reading, again, please like and subscribe to our channel, and please leave your comments. We'd love to hear how this resonated for you or what is coming up for you at this moment. So thank you for watching, and bye for now.